join a company
that you are the person that
show good sell, yeah? Bring in good energy. Welcome to Crypto OGs. So we're still here with Dom. We're back online. Alvaro is a new concept that Dom, with his experience in traditional banking, his experience from the last venture that he put together 3 years ago, he came across with this a good idea to give the opportunity to people that don't have, for example, studies in finance or having had that privilege to go to private school or university to be part of a new economy through democratization in investment in tokens, right? In projects. So, what is Alvaro?
So Alvaro is a way to democratize and create a true meritocracy for investment and fund management. So meritocracy means it's supposed to be what capitalism is. It's supposed to be that anybody can rise to the top based on their own merits. So it's the fairy tale of like the current system. You know, we all know that the current system is very lent towards, those who come from a privileged background always have the higher chance of success. So a meritocracy is where anybody from any background can rise to the top based on their own abilities. So it's like the dream of like free market capitalism. In reality, for the investment world, traditional finance world, it's a pipe dream. It just doesn't exist. You need to have gone to the right schools, know the right people. What we've created at Alvaro is a protocol that is centered around a new token standard called the ERC BTS. So that stands for the basket token standard.
Okay.
So obviously a token standard doesn't become one by itself. It needs to have the users and it needs to be submitted to Consensus and Ethereum Foundation to get the approval, but token standard becomes a token standard with mass usage. So anybody anywhere that codes a BTS or uses our factory contract will have it pulled through onto the Alvaro protocol, where not only is it an NFT, it contains all of the individual ERC20 tokens, or depending on the chain, it could be BEP20 or POS20 for Polygon. Exactly. If you can mint it into there and it's got the contract address, then literally you submit it and it will mint you your own BTS, which is your own fund. The only cost for you as a user is that 5% of this overall 100% will be in our own token. So you, as the owner of the BTS, you earn 1% of the overall assets under management contained within your BTS. Anybody anywhere can contribute to your BTS through our platform, which rebalances automatically and monthly. So essentially, it's like a mixture between an OpenSea style platform where it pulls through every BTS in existence, as well as a coin market cap where every BTS's performance is ranked against everybody else's.
Okay.
So if you have if you've just minted with, let's say 1 Ethereum, and you're just an individual out of Taiwan, you can compete against someone who's minted with, 1 BNB out of India, or 10 Ethereum out of anywhere, and you are all ranked against each other. And as a user, I can go onto the Alvaro protocol, I can see everybody's performance, and I can invest into your BTS, whether you have, $10 to your name, or whether you have $10 million to your name. You will get invested in based on the performance of your BTS that you've minted.
Okay.
So it means that rather than having people's background and having people have to get to the top of some fund or some bank in order for you to invest via like an institutional platform into their fund, instead of like investing into Cathie Wood's ARK, you can invest into anybody anywhere's BTS. And the best part about all of this is when you invest, you get LP tokens which represent your share of the overall BTS. Which means that if you have a successful fund on our platform, you can create your own DAO and own like protocol of your fund, because everybody who's put Ethereum into it has LP tokens representing their share. So you can then create a DAO of your own BTS if you are successful. So you can actually build a whole business through this platform. You can even add liquidity to your LP tokens if you want through the platform. You can literally start your own fund from, from 1 Ethereum to hundreds of thousands.
Your own fund.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
So what we also have to try and incentivize more people and to allow for the, so that people want to buy the actual Alva token, is that we do our
Alva token.
Alva token. So Alva token is for the Alva protocol.
Is that ALVA or
ALVA, yeah.
Oh my God.
So what we have is the same way that Curve has gauge weight voting. We have the exact same concept with Alvara. So just like you had the Curve wars where you had Convex, Yearn, Stake DAO, Pickle Finance, all of these aggregators trying to get as much Curve as possible so that they could vote to incentivize their pools the most. We have the exact same thing with Alvara. So what that means is that we will have institutional level demand where if you have a successful BTS and you want more people to give you their ETH so that you earn more fees, the more Alva you own, the more you can vote to send and incentivize your fund. So your LP token holders will earn more Alvara, the more Alvara you earn. So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy where if you're successful, you earn more management fees. If you earn more management fees, you can buy more Alvara. With more Alvara, you can incentivize your BTS even more. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy where we're sparking both retail level demand through the competitive landscape of everyone wanting to win and 5% of each BTS being in our token, whilst we also have the institutional level demand where the more successful you are and the more you want people to fund into your BTS, the more Alva you buy, the more you can incentivize into it. So it's like a full suite retail level if those who want to mint it through the factory, but we also have the institutional level as well. So the BTS is separate to the protocol. So anybody anywhere can mint a BTS. It doesn't need to have our token in it. We will still recognize it and pull it through onto our platform. Just like how with OpenSea you can mint your own NFTs, but it will also recognize any NFT anywhere in your wallet. So we're not trying to, we're not gating the BTS. We want everyone everywhere to create their own basket tokens and we'll pull it through. So if anybody wants to use our factory contract, which will automatically do it for them, they can use that. All that we take is a 5% chunk of that BTS will be in an Alva token. Which hopefully they're bullish on Alva anyway, so they'll include it anyway. But yeah, it should be a new way to literally like completely open up the investment landscape. Because if we can get everybody everywhere competing using the BTS, and it becomes the token standard we want, then if you as an institution, if like Pantera, if Multicoin aren't using the BTS, it will be like, well, what are you hiding? Why don't you want to compete with retail who are using our platform?
So it's more transparent.
Yeah, so we want to spark this sort of revolution in fund management and in the new token standard in order to make sure that when institutions, if you're bullish on blockchain, you're bullish on the fact that we will have tokenized assets, whether that's tokenized gold, which we already have, tokenized stocks. All of these will be able to be minted into the BTS. So when these institutions come over to crypto, and when they use blockchain for their funds, as they should do because it's transparent, and we wouldn't have like the same problems we had with Alameda and FTX, like they should be using the basket token standard, because then they can actually be rated against their peers, and we can have Cathie Wood actually competing against some random bloke out of like India who has just happens to be an extremely good investor and who can actually say it with their chest. Like, we can track it, and if their performance is better than Cathie Wood's, then everyone will see it.
And they will follow.
Exactly. And they will actually be able to get the same start that all of these other, old money have had by getting the education. Like, we will take away the actual part of like needing the financial knowledge, needing the education background, and we'll strip all of that away, and we'll truly give whoever performs the best, we will have them at the top of all of our leaderboards. So we're literally giving everybody the chance to be ranked as the top fund manager in the world.
So it will, like, you know, there's some people that do social trading. This will be social funding.
Yeah, it's like that on like steroids. It's truly like allowing for, you know, the same influencers who like say how good an investor they are. Well, prove it. You know, mint your BTS, stick it in there. We'll see if you're actually that good.
We'll see.
Like, you know, they like to do their trading and like, you know, buying and selling levels, but it's all about the long-term holds at the end of the day. And if they say like, oh yeah, I was early into
XYZ.
exactly, then we'll actually see, well, were you? Because it wasn't in your BTS. So, you know, yeah, it was in your side bag. But, you know, we're inviting all of these people that talk a good game to actually come onto the platform, mint your BTS, and compete against everyone else. Like, what are you afraid of? That's what we want to spark.
Transparency.
Exactly. So, you know, no longer just post about it on social media. Mint it on our platform and show how good you are at selecting tokens. Because if you're that good, then you'll be top of the leaderboard. So there's nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry. So, Dom, it's been so inspiring looking at you right now, because you talking with property, because you know what you're talking about. You come from a banking experience, and now you're creating a solution for more people. But before, wasn't your first project. We were talking before that you already launched a project. It was
Vemp,
and it was already crazy. And you launched like in the middle of kind of bear market, and you're still successful. And now you're bringing this to the community and into our show. I hope people pay attention, because we're probably going to carry on hanging around with Dom. But before we finish the podcast, I have 3 questions non-crypto, and then I will ask you how people can find you and your company so they can connect with you. So the first question is, what is your favorite football team?
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa, okay.
Yeah.
And what is your favorite animal?
Tell you what, I mean, I'm very doom and gloom, and when I was a trader, I used to be called El Shorto, because I was always shorting.
Short.
El Shorto, so because I was shorting the market, so I have to say a bear.
A bear, okay, and it's happening now.
Exactly.
Okay, what is the next destination?
Is that as in like where geography, or
Yeah,
like
where are you going next?
Life?
Yeah.
So I'll be going back to the UK, so back to Surrey, so near London.
Okay, so, and then how can people can find you, Dom, or your projects, or how can people find you on social media?
So my Twitter is at Dominic Vemp, so Dominic DOMINIC, and then Vemp VEMP, which was my previous token. And then Alvara is just ALVARA. So Alvara Protocol is, I believe, the website .io, I believe.
No, we'll put it down here.
But yeah, Alvara Protocol. If you go onto my Twitter, you'll see it based on. We got a talk later on today here at
Anyway, we're going to post this in all the channels, and we will tag you anyway. But thank you so much for coming to the show.
You're welcome.
And something that got my attention, my mom, she passed away 4 years ago, and her name was Alba.
Oh,
and it's Alba token, so I need to get bullish in Alba.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Dom, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
See you later.